Everyone knows Francis of Assisi, but there is another Francis who was also a saint, St. Francis de Sales. He lived in the late 16th and early 17th century. He's an author, and many of his works have been passed on to us. And in one section, he wrote, "The same everlasting Father who cares for you today will take care of you tomorrow and every day. Either he will shield you from suffering, or he will give you unfailing strength to bear it. Be at peace then, and put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginations." A similar sense of trust is experienced in Mark's gospel today. Jairus, a leader of the synagogue, has approached Jesus and asked him to come with him to his home because his daughter was dying. And as they were going to the house, people came to meet Jairus and said, "Don't bother the master any longer. Your daughter has died." Jesus says, "No, she's only asleep." And then he utters what is, to my mind, the key for today's reflection. Christ says, "Do not be afraid. What is needed is faith." Or in an earlier translation, which I think has a better ring to it, he was quoted as saying, "Fear is useless. What is needed is trust." And that's the truth that you and I are challenged to hear today. Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. What frightens you today? All of us have problems of one sort or another, some more serious than others. Are you a cancer patient? Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. Are you or a loved one experiencing difficulties because of the inescapable aging process? Fear is useless. What is needed is trust. Is your life being turned upside down by family problems and tensions? Once again, fear is useless, but what is needed is trust. Trust does not mean that we simply sit back and let God take care of everything. We need to seek all the help that we can get. A statement attributed to Ignatius of Loyola says that we need to pray as if everything depended upon God, and we need to work as if everything depended on us. We all know that having faith does not mean that we are shielded from difficulties and pain. All of us, for example, will eventually die. But does that mean that we should go through life fearing death? We need to live each day as it might be our last. And one day, we'll be right. The word of Francis de Sales are meant for us all. The same everlasting Father who cares for you today will take care of you tomorrow and every day. Either he will shield you from suffering or give you unfailing strength to bear it. Be at peace then, and put aside all anxious thoughts and imaginations. May God give us the grace to put this into practice in our own lives.